This video is for golden opportunities. We'll also be looking at the poem that was paired with it. So we start with an article, and then we have a gold miner's tale, a poem about the same topic that was paired with it. So walk through it. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. When I first read this article, it was a lot of information. I even have a considerable amount of background knowledge about the gold rush, and I still had to read this one a couple times, and it wasn't until I went back and I did my annotations that I got the real meaning of what the author intended here. And a lot of that has to do with the structure. There are really helpful heads in this article that does help you understand what the real point of this was. The tricky thing about this article was that it's about gold, and we all associate gold with getting rich. And so we read it at first glance, we think, okay, cool, they found gold, they went and got it, and then everyone got rich, the end. But in fact, it's a separate meaning here. It's different what they're getting across. So we're saying, like, yes, the gold rush made people rich, but what made people more rich was all these other money-making ventures. Isn't venture a tricky word? All right, so let's look at the beginning. In the beginning, we learned what the gold rush is. We learned when it happened. We said it gave people hope. They said, great, we're going to go dig for gold. We're all going to get very rich. But look at this great beginning of paragraph 3. While many people did become rich as a result of the gold rush, very few of them made their money by digging for gold. So people became rich, but not because they found so much gold that they did. So now let's figure out why. Money-making venture 1. Venture basically means a way of doing something. So something that people does provide comfort. This lady, Belinda Mulroney, she got this great idea to get clothes and hot water bottles and sell them to the people that were gold mining because they needed these things. She made so much money that she was able to open a restaurant that people then came and gave her more money. And this other guy opened a hotel because people needed place to stay. So because of this, both Belinda Mulroney and Fred Trump made a lot of money, not by mining gold, but by taking advantage of the fact that people needed things. The other money-making venture was transportation. So transporting of people and goods, and we get a sense that it was a very long journey, 600 miles of wilderness, and people had to carry many pounds of things, 1,000 pounds of provisions. Provisions basically meaning like things that you need. So we get a sense that crossing the border was very difficult because it was both long and you had to carry things. So people took advantage of this. They served as tour guides. They charged money. And then some people made Chilkoot Pass easier to cross, and so they carved steps into it, and they got money doing it. So again, people that did not get money mining for gold, but got money by making that journey easier for the people who were mining for gold. Money-making venture 3, supplies. So supplies meaning the things that people needed to mine for gold. They start off with showing us a map here of Seattle and Alaska and Canada. So this like very northwest corner up here of North America. And so you get a great visual of the route that the miners took. Whether by water or whether through land. But the point is that they ended up in Seattle. So Seattle served as a good port. Again, a text like this, you do need a lot of background information about geography terminology, words like port, help you understand, really get a full visual here. So if you're missing a lot of that background knowledge, it might have been harder for you to understand. But the map does help you see, okay, people were coming from here and people were coming from here. We all ended up in Seattle. We got into North America. So a lot's going on in Seattle, which gets us to how people made money that way too. The Seattle saw this, that people were coming to the port because that was just how They were led there, and they said, hey, come to Seattle. And so their city became very popular because of that. To sum it all up, in this last paragraph, so again, if we didn't understand the point, this last paragraph would help us with a little bit of statistics and figures. Saying $1 million in gold were found, but $60 million was made people who profited off of the people who were mining for gold. And $60 million is more than $10 million. So while people found gold and they got rich, more people made money because of that. That was the purpose of the article, saying the gold rush, yes, improved the economy, but not for the reason that you think. Not because so much gold was found, but because it took advantage of this shift that happened.